Woody had a question a couple weeks ago that I think Ed can answer. We were talking about like cars that could get you laid and whether cars can just get you straight up get you laid. I guess the idea would be like, can you pull up in a car and just like a girl's going to show enough interest and you're just gonna be like, yeah, it's this and that and the other. I got 8 of them. Hop in.
It's a Ferrari testosterone. Do you want to suck my dick and see if they say yes?
You know, the cars that I have certainly do not have that effect on women. So, 10 to 15-year-old Italian supercars are not the answer. If you want to have a lot of conversations with, 10 to 15-year-old boys at gas stations, that's certainly the key.
10 to 15.
Actually, tell me more about it. I'm just kidding.
That's it. Yeah. So that's but I would say that there are absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Not what I was looking for, but
is that a Tony Hawk skateboard?
The right vintage car for sure can work. So, a great vintage Mercedes or Aston Martin or Bentley, that could certainly have the effect of making you look cultured and wealthy for sure. Because that people
we just want a whore to get in. We're not looking for all that.
Oh, you don't want to find Mrs. Right. You just want to have a short term.
Mrs. Right now.
There you go. Those it's just going to be the latest, greatest, brightest color. I will say,
really,
the green.
I would have guessed not that. I would have thought girls can't tell a 15-year-old supercar from a 1-year-old supercar.
That's probably true, but the ones that have seen them on social media, the production of more modern cars is so vastly outnumbering the cars of even 10 years ago that they're a lot less familiar, and they do recognize that they're older just because they have not quite as sharp lines or not as many vents or wings or whatever. So that's
stupider women though, a very very low class woman who will just be. She's kind of impressed that you have a car.
Right. Yeah. Any car was going to do the job, but that fast-looking car makes me more excited.
That started on the second try? That's not bad.
Exactly, yeah. So, broken salvage title exotic cars, not necessarily the answer. But that's my specialty.
No, I would think you could get the job done with, a $60,000-$70,000 car. I don't think you need a supercar, but I would think a supercar you could. And I think you'd have to shoot your shot a lot. You'd just have to drive up and down like a certain block in a certain like area. You go to Clemson or Athens maybe and just start making circles. I bet you get a lady in there in like 3 circles, no problem.
Is the University of Georgia in Athens?
It is, yeah.
There's also 3 other women's schools there. It's a real target-rich environment.
It's true, yes. But I'll tell you, I've had a few dozen exotic cars for almost 20 years. And, I started dating my wife the week after I bought a Lamborghini, but she didn't know, or I started a company that became the rental car company. But so I've never, ever had a girl approach me expressing interest that would be attributed to the car for really much reason at all. It's just, and I've probably driven 200 to 250,000 miles in exotic cars.
Yeah. You'd be the guy who'd know.
It's not a thing that happens. Unless there is something else about my persona that diffuses the natural,
I wouldn't think so. You're a tall, handsome guy. You think he'd be making it work.
So it hasn't been on the agenda, but it's definitely not like a.
Could be you're just not noticing. Are they just fawning left and right before you? And you just
going so fast through, they're just falling into the streets. That could be a theory.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But our audience from an automotive perspective is like 98.5% male. So
it's the opposite here. It's all
significantly more female than our audience.
What is yours similar?
I don't know the metrics, but it's almost all hot young women.
Based on my sample size.
That's what Kyle tells him. I tell him
I get all my feedback about the show from Kyle directly. I don't read the comments. I don't
keep him updated.
Forums. I just
the ladies love him.
No, there are no women listening to our show. If you were to correct to a percentage, 100% of our listeners are male.
I've been making car content for 6 years now, and about 2 months ago, for the first time, I had a girl approach me in public, ask for a picture, not saying I'm going to send this to my boyfriend or my dad or something like that. That was the first time that ever happened. Yeah.
Has that happened to you guys? Have you, like Kyle, Woody, have you guys been approached by a female fan for like the purposes of like, I'm just such a fan of your videos, I need this photo?
Do you know how awkward it is when a girl comes and hangs out in your hotel room in bed with you for 40 minutes, just like chilling, wanting to be friends?
It sounds like it has potential for fun.
There was a point when I was like, it was like,
suck my dick, bitch. Like they did.
You know that scene where Dennis is like, how did you not know that the reason I invited you was because I wanted to have sex with you? like he has that moment where it's like, boyfriend. How did you not know that's why I'm talking to you? I had that moment where I was like, how did you not know that the reason I invited you to my hotel room and told you to bring alcohol at this late hour was that I wanted to have sex with you?
No, she thought you wanted to talk about guns and.
Oh, that was awkward. That was awkward.
I've never had a female fan just really enjoy my content. I have had female YouTubers try to use me for clout and like, get subs off me. Okay. But not anyone who just liked me.
no one with sincere enjoyment, but I have been wary of
I've been used a little, but no one's liked me.